Jovenel Moïse was in charge of his Caribbean nation for over 5 years until he was assassinated at around 1 o'clock in the morning. His wife, the First Lady Martine, was also shot and is now being treated in hospital. The couple were here in their own home in the hills outside the capital, Port-au-Prince, when the killers struck. Moïse was clinging to power, ruling by decree and denying opposition claims that his term had expired. Today, his Prime Minister warned against a descent into chaos in what is already one of the world's poorest and most violent countries.
We have decided to declare a state of siege across the country. I share the sorrow of the President's wife and children. I'm asking the population to keep calm, to call on their intelligence in this terrible moment.
Moïse had plenty of domestic political opponents, but the official line is that heavily armed foreign mercenaries might have been involved.
We have videos, many video footages that showing that's been a well-orchestrated attack and by foreign mercenaries because they are speaking Spanish. And then they present themselves as DEA agents.
So they pretended to be involved in drug enforcement?
They present themselves like this, the way they invade the area.
Haiti's earthquake 11 years ago killed 200,000 people. The country of 11 million is now fighting COVID without a single vaccination so far, though these people have fled from a deadly outbreak of gang violence. Last month, this gang leader, an ex-police officer, announced that he was launching a revolution against the political and business elite in a country suffering from another ongoing epidemic, that of being kidnapped for ransom. Earlier this year, thousands of Haitians took their despair to the streets. They called President Moïse a dictator and they appealed to him to step down. He refused and now seems to have paid the ultimate price.
What's your reaction, Mr. President, to the Haitian president being assassinated?
We need a lot more information, but it's very worrisome about the state of Haiti.
So how would you describe the mood in Port-au-Prince at the moment?
As of now, it's a dead town. Everybody is hunkering down. There's very few cars on the streets because it's the uncertainty. No one knows what's going to happen. Will there be violence? Will there be what will happen with the gangs? Who's running the country? It's really, really, really hard to tell at this stage.
President Moïse's legacy is an unhappy one. He had pledged to fix Haiti's deep-seated problems, but his country now seems even more unfixable than when he was alive.